Our fourth speaker of the evening is coming up. Let's hear it for Dave Carley.
Hit it. In August of 2005, Hurricane Katrina slammed into the Gulf Coast, decimating parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, claiming 1,833 lives and leaving millions homeless in an instant. When the levees broke, Donald and Stacy were awakened. They stepped out of their beds into knee-deep water. They had to literally swim out of their home. As the floodwaters continued to rise, Donald and Stacy were swimming from tree to tree to survive. Donald looked back. Stacy was gone. He searched for her frantically, but to no avail. Couldn't find her. He continued to swim. Ended up on a ramp on Interstate 10, where he remained for 4 days with no food, no water, until the National Guard rescued him. He was now homeless in an instant. He lost his home, his wife, his way of life. He was evacuated from New Orleans and bused to Orlando, where he found a job in the construction industry as a carpenter. He continued to rebuild his life, his faith carrying him through his horrendous loss. And then the unthinkable happened. He had a massive heart attack. He was rushed to RMC Hospital in Orlando. He had a pacemaker, a triple bypass, was totally disabled, lost his driver's license and his job due to his health issues. 5 years, almost to the day, he was homeless again. This time on the streets of Orlando. As he continued to try to survive, he found an attorney to help him get SSI benefits because he was totally disabled. The attorney allowed him to live on his front porch, to have a safe place to sleep. When he was informed that he had SSI benefits, he bought a bicycle with an electric motor, a trailer, a tent. This would be his only mode of transportation and his only hope for independence. In his mind, he was only partially homeless. He now had a tent. This went on for 4 years, moving from campground to campground, until he finally ended up in Ormond Beach by the airport in the woods, where he continued to live for months. Almost every night he was awakened with a raccoon staring him in the face. Enough was enough. He needed a permanent place to live. He'd been saving his money. I had a sailboat for sale, and he bought it from me because it had been damaged in Hurricane Matthew. He took command of Spindrift in August of 2018. He had a heart attack in January of this year. It took the Coast Guard 75 minutes to get to him, another 20 minutes to transport him to Halifax Hospital. They tried a catheterization on him and it failed. His heart attack lasted for 7 days. As he was contemplating a heart transplant or a open heart surgery again, they transported him to Shands Hospital, where another catheterization was performed. This time it was a complete success. The doctors marveled. It was a miracle. 24 hours after he had finished the catheterization, they put him in an Uber and sent him back to his boat. My wife and I intervened and insisted that we keep him, that he come stay with us for a week while he recuperated. Don't mistake panhandlers for the homeless. Most of the homeless are there because of something beyond their control. 500,000 on any given evening. My challenge to you is to get to know the homeless. Volunteer at a shelter. Get to know someone personally. Give them a hand up, not a hand out. Donald is not homeless anymore. He lives on a 30-foot boat. My challenge to you, find your Donald, take the risk, and help. The reward for pulling someone up out of the pit is beyond measure.